He posted this like weird tweet earlier in the day saying something along the lines of like, 798 dimension chess or something. Yeah, 978 dimension chess ... with fucking no engagement whatsoever. He's getting obliterated, okay?
Oh, thanks for teaching
and
me
then
so much.
afterwards he posted this like teaser making it seem like he was in on it or something, I guess, which is great. I mean, if he's going to be a good sport about getting absolutely obliterated by this old man, I'm excited for
I don't think I've ever seen a more perfect encapsulation of groupthink.
The CDC is like this whole governmental body. Just tell us what to do. You don't have to think about it, dude. Obviously, my point is that if you're so fucking stupid, then yeah, you should listen to the CDC, bro.
Why does this edit make Ethan look smarter? I mean, he already is significantly smarter than Steven Crowder, like, obviously, all jokes aside. But, like, if you're doing a deceptive edit, like, why don't you make him look bad?
I touched grass has the...
Am I too reasonable to comprehend that this would, like... I feel like this would make Ethan look good even to a right-wing audience. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is like a Boo Boo Bennett editor type situation where it's like, why are you doing this? You're actually making him look good when you're supposed to make him look bad.
Almost 2 years.
Is this supposed to be a deceptive edit? I mean, come on. We're talking about right-wing grifters. Of course, everything is supposed to be deceptive.
Bro, you and I can talk about it. It is appointed to a man once to be invited on the show. And if you decline, and everyone now knows that you will, but I will never address you again. I bet this guy's going to do anything he can to avoid actually debating.
I didn't want to make it too easy for you.
Oh, okay.
So I've prepared.
I had no idea this was going to happen. You know,
Steven, you're wearing
that we
a holster.
agreed. Yeah? So?
Oh, he looks so butthurt, dude.
Hasan.
He looks so mad. Okay, I'm excited as fuck for this, dude. It's so cheeky. Okay, this is cheeky Nando's. Okay, it's great. I'm stoked. I'm stoked on this. Like, low-key, it made me fucking excited for this thing. He really doesn't look butthurt. No, he looks scared. Look.
For you.
Oh, okay.
So I've prepared.
I had no idea.
This is what I'm talking about.
This was going to happen.
I had no idea this was gonna happen. It's like, well, dude, isn't that a self-report that you knew that? Isn't that a self-report that you knew that like Sam Seder was gonna come on last time, and that's precisely why he didn't want to come on? Ethan tweeted at you. I'm DMing him. I don't know why he's not responding. I said, let me know when you're ready.
Hassle.
Okay. You're wearing the holster. Yeah. It is very easy to roll him.
Subscribe to Hasan instead of TYT. Switched my sub and never going back. Citation rage.
Call him boomer, see what happens. When did all this happen? All this happened like a little bit earlier. The tweet literally says he's ready. I know, guys, but what you don't know...
11 months, Hoggers.
What you don't know is that I have DM'd him since then, and he has not sent me a link to get on a Zoom call. So I don't know why people keep telling me about, like, information that I already have, that, and I even have more information than that.
Hey Hasan. I'm Canadian and I feel our vaccine rollout has been.
I think he was being sarcastic when he said he has no idea this was going to happen. Yeah, he was. I do think he was being sarcastic.
W their first dose than America. Bravo.
Anyway, Canada has the best rollout in the world. What the fuck are you talking about, Dono? Canada's vaccination rollout is not as good as America's, obviously, because we literally, like, we own all the vaccines. So, it's your show. You can message him a link. Unless you want to hop on.
Can't wait for Bo Burnham on here. Thank you community for having me for 10 months. Praying gesture. My wife and my girlfriend
Watch the MR video on how they did it. Okay, so wait, where's the MR video on how they did? Yeah, you know what? I'll watch that. I'll watch that while we wait. Do you have the link to it?
Can we get 5,000 reviews, chat? I need that.
India vaccinated 8 million people today in a single day. It's picking up here. Good shit.
Pog.
Is this it?
Back, ladies and gentlemen. I think our picture should be improved by now.
Yes.
Folks, this is the fun half of the program. And for those of you who may be watching this show for the first time, generally what we do is we do a show from 12 to 1 every day.
Eastern.
That is the free half of the show. And we feature often a long-form interview. Sometimes Em and I will run through the news. Very rarely, when we go on vacation, we will pre-tape. Let me read this IM to enter into some explanations for you, because I think some explanations are due you, the audience. This is an IM that we got almost at the beginning of the show.
I already watched some of this where he's just like goes on a long fucking Sam Seder ass tangent about how he like lied to his audience because he said he was fucking recording for the Bob's Burgers movie or something, and like actually he did technically record for the Bob's Burgers movie like you do. Yes, this is a principal leftist thing that left-leaning and left-wing commentators engage in, where we love fucking going on long-ass tangents, okay? It's unstoppable.
And it's from a guy named Chowder with Crowder, which is fortuitous. Stream resolution kind of fucked up, Sam. You're being squished horizontally, but only the camera feed logo appears normal. And that is correct. That was a correct assessment of what was going on. And the question was, why?
Well, it was to make you look skinnier. And me, incidentally.
That is one of the answers. The other answer, I should also say, has to do with, you will look at my Zoom feed today, and you will notice that my name, you got Emma Vigeland there in the right hand corner of your the left hand corner of your frame. But for me today, I don't have Sam Seder. I have a smiley face. All of these things have to do with each other. Everything, in fact, that we have talked about since the beginning of the show, including the IM, has to do with each other. Let's go back a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Maybe it was 4 weeks ago. I can't remember. I got an IM. I got tweeted at.
It's so long. I already described this faster than he did. Like, I already told you guys, like, he gets a fucking IM because Ethan is a fan of Sam. Saying like, do you want to come on? Do you want to jump on this debate that I'm going to be doing with Steven Crowder? He has an opportunity to, and that's it. That like he figured out Steven Crowder was basically watching a show, they think, and figured out that he was going to come up. Or Ethan's producer's a fan, but like Ethan likes him too. I'm pretty sure. No, not Ethan. Dan. Ethan's audio guy. Okay.
Hi, chat.
Like, is Crowder really that thin-skinned that he's going to tune in to every time his name is mentioned on a show? I mean, anyways, Dan looks at the camera and says, hey, debate Sam Seder. And he goes on about telling the story about the Politicon. Folks can go back and look for the video that we did when I played the audio of the Politicon booker calling me and telling me that Crowder had dropped out. And
cold feet, in fact.
He said that was her words, that he got cold feet because his team pulled him out, and his team is his dad, apparently. And I'd also been invited on the Gavin McGinnis show. I didn't want to go on there, but they offered up, like, we got Crowder to debate, and then Gavin wrote me back and said, no, Crowder doesn't want to debate you, whatever. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And so that's why Dan had said this. And I thought, oh, that's great. We played the clip of it. That was really nice. They get that shout out.
Big podcast, big show.
Big show, big podcast. And then I get a DM from Ethan, like a week later or something like that. And he says, hey, Steven Crowder wants to debate me.
My child support.
And he's like, I don't do a political show. He's like, I think you should come on and debate him as I'm, on with him. And I was like, I would love to do that. Thank you. And so last week, you'll recall, last Monday, they were scheduled to have a debate at 1 p.m. Eastern, which is 10 a.m., I think it was Pacific. And so you'll recall last week we started the show early. And here's where I need to make an apology to the audience. I implied that the reason why we were doing that was because I was recording the Bob's Burgers movie.
Hey, I would not say you implied it. In fact, you tweeted about it later. So.
Well, if you look at that tweet,
lie.
Okay, this part we're skipping. It's just like it's like it's a long Sam tangent that is unrelated.
Brendan, I am recording Hugo for Bob's Burger. Okay. Sorry about the news is I Bob's Burgers. Now, all that's true. Yeah, here it is. Apologies for the early start today for Majority.fm. ... Second thought. Now the fact which for
okay, he didn't lie. He didn't technically lie. Okay, got it.
I'm not sure about that.
6 months,
would he really pretend that his wife, who's pregnant with 2 kids, is in jeopardy? And would he really be monitoring when our show is off the air? That's absurd. That's absurd that he would do that. I mean, how afraid would he have to be? How paranoid would he have to be that he's engaged with a debate with somebody else? I'm just trying to put my mind in the same mind frame. Like, I've got a debate scheduled with Tim Pool. And I'm like, I'm going to monitor the show of Dave Rubin to see that he hasn't changed his live show, because what if Dave Rubin comes on when I thought I was going to debate Tim Pool?
I mean, that would probably be like the equivalent of Christmas for you.
That would be, yeah.
Or Hanukkah.
It would actually, I think it's actually, there's
okay,
no...
we got to update. Ethan is exporting. He's going to hop on soon.
There's no equivalent.
There's no equivalent. It would be
a birth of another child.
But I'm trying to put my head into that mind. Like, how afraid would I have to be that paranoid about it? And so I found it really hard to believe. But it was weird that, hey, we have an emergency. I mean, this is the grandfather of those kids. If I was that guy, I would be like, look, we have an emergency. Can't get back to you. I wouldn't give the details, because why would I? And I'm like, it's emergency.
Bro, this is called the over-explaining technique. Now, all of you have watched enough JCS videos right here on this broadcast to know that when you're over-explaining and over-correcting for another infraction, you engage in this kind of technique. It's kind of guilty. It's a failure of the vibe check, okay? So, Steven Crowder's dad, you have failed the vibe check.
And I'll get back to it later in the week to reschedule. But no, they reschedule it for 12 p.m. on Monday, Eastern, which is exactly when we go live.
That's so weird.
No, I'm talking about, like, Steven Crowder's dad being like, oh, sorry, we can't come because, there's a pregnancy emergency that happened to pop off right at the time that, like, we realized that Sam Seder was no longer going to be a part of his own show, all this stuff. That's what I mean.
Versus scrotum debate.
But I told this.
Yeah, over-explaining means you're either lying or you're a leftist, okay? If you're a leftist, your entire life is over-explaining. So,
hello, King
Sam is a sock them, so of course he over-explains because he can't help himself. He has to.
This to other friends. Friends who are not in this world. And they're like, dude, do you think that he's really that afraid of just like
do not
debating
come.
you? Like,
I'm
it's
gonna
not a person.
come.
It's not like you're some type of assassin. I said, even if I was, he carries a gun. He has a holster that he wears all the time with a gun.
It's his costume.
Yeah, I mean, his costume is ready to defend himself too.
Normalizing it. Yeah.
But I was like, but Ethan thought that, and he's a pretty savvy guy when it comes to like YouTube stuff and these guys.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, let's pre-tape the show. And I pre-taped the interview last week with Stephen Wertheim. Great interview.
Yeah. That's why I had to step out.
Yeah. Well, if people watched the show today, they noticed also that we were stretched. And that is because we're back in the studio and we haven't quite set up our system to do the show and to output it. And so we were just like, oh, fuck it, let's just run it. And so we pre-recorded the intro and the outro to make it for today at like 10:30.
You coordinated your shirts very effectively.
And Emma kept reminding me, and that's why I was like surprised.
I was like, make sure you wear the same shirt each time. Yes.
And then Matt was furiously trying to stitch it together so that we could turn it around in time. And we connected with Ethan's show, H3, via Zoom. And that's why I have in my logo in the left.
You're right.
Right there is a smiley face, because I wasn't sure how we were doing this. And I know that when we're bringing somebody onto our Zoom, you see their name first and their audio is connecting. And I'm like, just in case, Crowder. And let's go around the room right now. Brendan, I want you to participate in this. Well, wait a second. Let me just pull it up. And so we connect with Ethan, and he says, look, guys, Dan, our brilliant
Love you,
technology guy,
Sam
has
and
figured out,
Jack
like, it's going to
Hassel.
be Crowder's Zoom. So you're not going to come onto the Zoom. We're going to be able to just feed you in to the.
I love that we're focusing on Crowder's apparent inability when Ethan is the one who invited someone else on to debate invite because he couldn't handle it himself. Lol. I mean, yeah, because it's been 3 fucking years since Steven Crowder has like dodged Sam Seder, who is a political commentator of equal caliber. Ethan correctly maybe recognizes like I'm not a political commentator. I don't know this stuff as well. So I'd rather bring on a champion. You know, I don't have an issue with that at all. As a matter of fact, I think that it's great. Guys, I'm saying equal because I want to juice this up, okay? And also debates, as I've said many a time, even when I used to engage in them as well. Debates are pseudo-intellectual sparring. It's WWE, pseudo-intellectual WWE. So this is just for entertainment.
6
And
months,
it's great.
let's go.
It's great. I'm glad that this happened. So we have this entertainment now. Now there are people on the internet who legitimately still think that like the only way to come to the correct conclusions is by testing your mettle in the marketplace of ideas and whatnot, and maybe in like a truly well-regulated debate setting, that could be the
4
case,
months,
but 99% of these sorts of debates on the internet are simply for entertainment, and also so that like either side could
Love you,
learn
mate, platonically,
their
not to
talking
get
points.
hassled.
Okay, that's it. Most people aren't changing their viewpoints in a debate, but rather there is the 20% that could go to either side,
This has
but
been a
ultimately
wonderful experience,
it's more
and I'm
about
incredibly
rhetoric
thankful for such a
and
unique community.
recall.
I have very
Okay,
major
it's more
and
about
it is
rhetoric
nice
and
to see
recall and how
someone whose
easily you
content
can
I
like
greatly
throw
enjoy
out
appeals
talking
with the same
points
shit I do.
that back up
Thank you
your
very much.
POV
Also, happy Pride
in a
Hassel.
conversation. This is why I
Happy
always
Hassel.
say Ben Shabibo could debate like an actual scientist on climate change and come across like the victor in that debate. That does not mean Ben Shabibo is correct on climate change. It just means that Ben Shabibo is good at debating. And the potentially scared scientist is not that good at debating. He might be shy. He might not necessarily be very good at debating, you know, all sorts of things like that, which is why I have this point of view on debates in general. Having said that, though, that doesn't stop me from, you know, being excited to watch one of these. And I haven't in a while, so this is still good.
To the Zoom.
But never
And,
forget that, like, winning debates is not
and
about
so
being truthful
We're sitting here. I think I shot like
or
a
being right.
Hi,
Winning
Papa.
debates is all about rhetoric.
video during. We're just waiting and watching the IMs with the ratio is messed up, and I'm like, yeah, people are going to be.
I can't wait to see the videos I took, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it is. And so
Wow,
we're
is that a
waiting
whole year of
for
leftist
this, and
indoctrination?
I can see
You've helped
what's
me
going on
grow
there,
from a
and
Texas stem to leftist.
and then at one point they show Crowder's empty seat in his studio, and he's not coming on until 2 minutes after we launch our show, and we did it like a minute or two early, right? Yeah, we launched it around 11:58, just so that we could do this. And
Yeah, the show actually started right on time today, which Crowder's people should have noticed something was up when that happened.
well, I mean that presumes
as
that they were
once as
actually
once.
monitoring our show.
It does presume that.
It does presume that. We're going to end the story here, ladies and gentlemen. So I can tell you that
9
I want,
months.
like, people can IM in what their.
That's so sad that they were fucking monitoring to see whether or not Sam would be on his own show, and then they still got fucking their ass cheeks clapped with respect to like Sam debating them. Like, imagine getting debated by a boomer like this, okay?
Hold on.
Like, he's not the most technologically proficient man
Don't
on
know
the
what.
planet, and yet he was still able to just absolutely destroy you in the marketplace of ideas. It's great. So yeah, I can't wait to see. I cannot wait to see what happened.
What they think would happen. That's like, we should
You
probably
are
put up a
teasing.
poll. We should probably put up a
Yeah.
poll. What did Crowder do when, and
Asshole.
Ethan, like, I gotta say, Ethan is like, he's a genius at this. I mean,
Yeah.
he just, and I'm curious. Let's just go around the studio right now and guess what happened. And I will say this. No one here.
Like, can you imagine getting duped by a guy who says I am? Like, instead of DMs, he still specifically states whenever like a message comes through on the internet to him,
3 months, big man, elite.
he says, I am. I got an I am. It's like, yeah, you love to see it, folks. You really do.
8 months, pogo.
Guessed what Crowder would or did or did not do that really was the icing on the cake.
Yes.
Right? Now, I don't want to give away anything. That's it.
Yeah.
Because Ethan is going to play this for his subscribers, I think, tonight as part of his show. And I think they get early release. And then I think people can see it tomorrow after this show. I think it plays.
And we'll, of course, cover it once.
And then once, if anything happened or not,
Love you,
we will...
I mean, there's a chance that what happened was Crowder calmly dispatched you in an intellectual debate.
Well, let's go through the different scenarios. I mean, there's really only 3 scenarios. One is...
He hung up immediately.
He hung up immediately. Mm-hmm. The other is...
Okay, this the rest of this stuff is just like whatever. They're just going back and forth. Oh God, I guess these. The rest of it is just like them going back and forth on whether or not like what they think happened. Obviously, they all know what happened.
Debate time.
My speculation is that there's some fucking spice in there. You know what I mean? My speculation is that there is definitely some spice. Because, like, once that shit is on a recording, like, Mr. Macho Man with his goddamn gun holsters, he can't back out of that. He can't be like, oh, this is terrible. You know what I mean? Like, because he's going to look like a fucking huge coward. Like, way worse than just, like, a guy who wants to... Way worse than just a guy who wants to avoid... Sam and has been able to successfully do so by being like, you're too small or whatever the, you know, you can't. It's in a situation where he can't avoid it. So
Hassle.
How dare you insult Sam's technological prowess? Bet you can't be this good at interneting. Yeah, this is the guy that you got fucking duped by. That's crazy. You hate to see it. I mean, so anyway, Tim Pool says H3H3 is a pop culture drama channel and it's stupid to bother debating them. Of course, they brought in Sam, who thought Ethan could handle a high level of political debate.
Hassle.
This is a waste of everyone's time. It's obviously a drama grift, says Tim Pool. I mean, I don't understand. Like, the question here should be,
Honestly,
shouldn't Steven Crowder be able to destroy Sam? I mean,
happy.
Sam is, Sam is Sam. He's not, he's just some guy. He's not that smart. He knows how to handle himself in high level ideas, I guess, but nowhere near as intelligent or as rhetorically gifted as the likes of Dave Rubin, Tim Pool, Ben Shapiro. Like, these guys are brilliant. They're brilliant. They're the intellectual gladiators, Man who has made a living for the last 4 years exclusively drama grifting every single thing Trump did and giving dog shit takes suddenly has issues with drama grift. Yeah. Is it still a grift when a journalist covers another grift to tell his fans not to pay any attention to it so that they'll pay attention to him about it?
Hello.
I posted a picture of a hairless rabbit eating kale yesterday. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what that means. You got rolled by the guy that has to keep calling IT for forgetting his password every day? Yeah, true. They should have definitely started setting these up like celebrity boxing. Nice donkey ratio, idiot. Sam is the man. He taught me most of what I know. I mean, I'm excited.